Welcome to another video about Cash Zero Nightmare, and here we're going to speak a little bit about the RIN team composition, how is it working, what I found to myself, why is it, let's say, so good, or maybe not, and what kind of improvements I need to do. So we're going to have a look, for example, in the battle missions. We're going here, and I'm going to show you. So we're going to start the battle here, and the team that I'm actually using right now, this is RIN. As well, I'm using here Mika, and in this formation I'm also using Veronica. Why is it the case? I'm going to explain. There are quite a lot of stages where there are multiple enemies. When we're talking about RIN specifically, she is not really that great for multiple enemies. Basically, she is all about a single target damage and attacks for a single target. About her cards that are going to make her kind of strong, the most important one is going to be about the Dark Mist Secret Art Destruction, which is basically going to provide us her Dark Stain, and in this stain she is going to receive additional benefits from her other core cards. So basically she's going to buff her damage output. Based on this, there are additional options which you're able to work in terms of epiphanies and so on and so forth. And obviously I did a couple runs. It's not the most optimal for you, just to keep in mind, and it requires some adjustment further on. Actually, one of the most important parts about her and what you should do after all during the run, ideally you need to remove some of her cards, like this one which costs 2 mana and this one which is providing shields. It doesn't like necessary for her at all whatsoever. You need just to have quite a tiny roster of the cards which are going to work in cycle over and over again. And basically about partners, so here I'm using Veronica basically purely as a supportive unit, with some additional option just to provide kind of passive damage from her ballistas. And also she's able with her card to scroll the deck, and there is such an epiphany which you're able to get yourself, and basically I believe it's a rare one. Anyways, it's able to draw 2 cards and also restore 1 AP, and if I recall it correctly, for me it costs like 0 mana. I was lucky to get this one, but yeah, that's a crazy one achievement. Also, there is another one card which is going to draw 1 additional card, and she's providing like passive damage over and over again. Obviously, instead of her, quite a good option is going to be Cassius, because he's going to be all about re-rolling the deck, and he might do it really effective. But I need to work on him a little bit and get certain cards, epiphanies, work on his deck a little bit properly. I just got him and I was working on him. Why we're talking here about Mika and why she might be useful, again, due to synergy that we have here. The most important card here is going to be the Source of Water. So if you're able to get additional copies of this card, this is going to be an important one. Basically, it's going to restore AP points, and with this we're going to have more chances and options to provide more damage, to get ourselves more cards, and that's probably the main reason to have her when it's going to be needed to kind of heal. Due to her wave effects, when she's going to reach a certain amount of stacks, basically she's going to restore 1 AP. But yeah, the main role is to restoring, providing some AP, and in our case Veronica is just for scrolling the deck. Also about her cards, one important aspect to mention, there is existing one epiphany which I got myself. Yeah, this one is going to reduce the cost of all her cards by 1 mana. This is a huge one aspect. So whenever you're going to be able to kind of adjust your deck to such a level that you're going to just scroll all the most important cards over and over again, get all the key cards, and actually Joker is able to help to get yourself some proper cards from the deck. This is going to be like working like an unstoppable machine, and in the upcoming video I'm going to show you some top team compositions, and there's going to be like a really good one showcase. But yeah, anyways, as well, for example, when we're going to have a look at the roster that I have during the run, I got myself the camouflage skill, which is basically going to draw for the next turn 2 additional cards, this helping to scroll the deck faster. And this is the card that I was speaking about. Yeah, 0 2 draws plus 1 AP, which is actually insane. With this one, I don't remember exactly where I messed up or something like that, but yeah, it's going to provide 2 AP, but it's going to cost 1 mana. So, for example, you ideally want to have in your deck the card, ideally, which is going to cost 0 mana, or maybe a couple cards which are going to recover HP. In this case, this one card is going to cost 0 mana, and you will be able to restore 2 AP properly. Again, it requires certain improvements and adjustments. But yeah, that's like the most important part, so let's have a look if I will be lucky enough to make it work properly. Starting with Ballista. All the skills, they don't matter, we're going just to use MP, ability points, whatever it calls. Okay, so here we go. We're able to draw 2 cards. We're able to restore 1 AP. Great. As well, there is a partner who is able to draw 1 card additionally, so this is kind of helpful. Yeah, some other cards, when you're going to upgrade them during the run, they're able to activate this Dark Stance. So as you can see, the Dark Mist Blade art is active right now. Let's say not the most optimal composition of the cards that I have right now, not enough. Ideally I need to have like more, but overall you already can see the way how this deck should function afterwards. Almost had all the cards, but additionally I want to have to some cards which are going to provide more draws to my hand, and in this case, for example, Cassius is going to be really great. Yeah, so we're going to use this one, and most importantly about her stance, you shouldn't interrupt it with other cards, otherwise you're kinda going to lose the stance. So we got the card, but yeah, I mean, I believe there is going to be next stage. I'm going just to use it in case if there is going to be the next stage. Yeah, there is going to be the next stage. So we got more cards, great. We're going to get ourselves some more cards. We're going to get a little bit more cards. And nothing that actually I need. In the deck left all the cards that I actually need to have in my hand right now. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Such waste of a potential, of a really good potential. But it is what it is. It happens when the deck isn't optimized to maximum possible level. We're going to deal with it anyways, it's not an issue. But yeah, kinda sad. Kinda sad. This one doesn't matter. We're going to throw it away. Okay, so here are all the cards right now in my hand when I wanted to have them in previous one turn. We're going to draw one more card. Ideally for this card, because it's going to get some damage multipliers, you want to have in your hand as well additional roster of skill cards, like for example this one, but from the other characters. It should be like a mix. Okay, we're going to increase our attack, we're going to use this one, and we're going to finish with this one. Not the most optimal showcase, let's say, and yeah, kinda miss couple cards which I wanted to have in my hand. So I will try once again just to show a good combination if I will have a chance to get such. Anyways, with progression of the characters is going to become easier afterwards. Right now, yeah, there are quite some issues, but it will become better for sure. Okay, this is done. We're going to skip. Nothing really that I need to have. Okay, going to use this one, why not? For her ballista to deal more damage. We don't really need to heal. I'm going to hit this one. Skipping turn. Okay, so maybe right now I will be able to actually get myself something properly. Okay. Potentially, looking like, yeah, ideally it should cost 0 mana, but it is what it is, so the damage is still kinda decent, so we're going just to reduce the cost. We're going to use attack increase for one turn. Ideally after that you want to reroll all the deck once again, and this is going to be like a perfect one rotation in a best case scenario. But not right now. Okay, I will be able to activate it anyways, so we're going to draw one more card, because why not? We're going to activate the stance. Perfect. We're going to improve our damage output. Going here. Like that. Yeah. Shields, a lot of shields, kinda annoying, but that's fine. For such tanky opponent, it was still kinda impressive. And going to repeat the process once again. I'm actually not even using ultimates. I can, though, but yeah, I don't really need it. Don't really need anything, just going to drop them. Okay. The wrong one card, not what I needed. I needed this one. I needed this one. And yeah, obviously at the end of your runs in Chaos, getting yourself copies of cards which are going to scroll your deck is going to be more of a priority, let's say. But anyways, it is what it is. We're able to finish it without any issues. And I still have ability points. So this was kind of a proper, let's say, example how it should work. And again, ideally it should be like almost unstoppable. You're going to scroll your deck on over and over again. And once again, about Veronica, she's working here pretty much decent. She's also dealing additional damage. She's helping to scroll the deck. But for like boss stages specifically, Cassius is going to be 100% better. But I need to build him first of all. With that being said, hope you enjoyed the showcase. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next one. Take care.